Alright, now it is time for Open Range Safari. Create an open range wonderland for your herbivores. Alright, so ahead of time, this has been one of the exercises that has given me the most trouble. This has been the one that has crashed on me the most often. And this has also been one of the exercises that can sometimes take me the longest to finish. A lot of that is going to depend on how well we can get some of these objectives going. InGen would like to create a family experience with a large open range herbivore enclosure for everyone to enjoy. We have laid out a grand open range enclosure for you to populate with herbivores. InGen has a list of herbivores they would like to see exhibited, and would also like to see an authentic experience for visitors. Alright, so here are our objectives. So right now you can see we need Dryosaurs, Stegosaurs, Camarasaurs, Parasaurolophus, and Torosaurs. Now this has happened to me several times. You see, this is all kind of on a sort of transparent green background. And right here, if you're not paying attention, you could miss this. But that's a green arrow that lets you scroll down through the objectives. So we will also require 2 Brachiosaurs, at least 4 herbivore feeders, 4 viewing platforms, a safari ride, and the safari ride needs an authenticity score of 70%. Alright, so since we know the safari ride is a requirement for this, we're going to set this as our first thing to research, so that way it can be done and out of the way. Now let's take a look at our dinosaur summary. We already have 100% DNA for 3 different dinosaurs. And I believe they are all Jurassic dinosaurs. Yes. Now, if you're trying to make an authentic attraction with a high score, you want to try to keep dinosaurs from the same time period together. So these 3 would be good together. But an issue is that Dryosaurs are tiny, and they have an issue with bigger dinosaurs. So what we're going to do is make a enclosure just for Dryosaurs by themselves.
Welcome.
Now, we don't have any markets, we don't have any fossils yet because we haven't opened our park. Now, we do have 2 Cretaceous sites open and 1 Jurassic. So, Stegosaurs, Ceratosaurs, Dryosaurs. Well, we know we got Dryosaurs. Ceratosaurs are predators. They're carnivores. We don't need them. And did we have Stegosaurs? Yes, we do. So we're going to skip that area. So let's look at B. Brachiosaurs, Camarasaurs, and Diplodosaurs, right? I don't know why I'm struggling with that one. Alright, we definitely need Brachiosaurs. So let's go here. And we'll get our first team up and running.
Great to see you again.
So we already have Camarasaurs and Stegosaurs. Now let's take a look at the layout. Look at this, is massive. Like, tremendously massive. It's actually so massive that we don't even need it. What we're going to actually do is we're going to demolish everything. Because the truth is that enclosure is way too big. I know they want a safari with a high score, but that's a bit too much. So getting rid of all of this fencing is going to give us a lot of extra money to work with. And it's also going to allow us to customize our park a little more. Okay, is that everything? Not yet. Close with that. Alright, we got a nice chunk of change now. So what I would like to do is sort of take advantage of the natural formation around here. So let's orient this northwards just for simplicity. And we're going to build our first enclosure. Now we're only producing herbivores, so we only need herbivore feeders. Now I think 4x4 should be plenty for our dinosaurs. And we'll use that water that's already there for them to drink. Now we got a message. Alright, yes, we want to build a hatchery. Well, I'm going to experiment with something. I usually don't do this. Normally what I like to do is build a hatchery inside of each enclosure, because it's easy that way just to hatch whatever dinosaurs you want in those enclosures. But then that takes up space. I'm going to try setting a sort of wild hatchery, and then we will tranquilize and move the dinosaurs to there. Alright, so dinosaurs are inexpensive, and I believe we wanted 6 of them. Yes. Now, I'm not going to start producing the dinosaurs just yet.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Oh, well, they found the Dilophosaur. Did I say Diplodocus? I don't know. We found the Diplodocus. I'm doing it again. So, these are carnivore remains. We don't need carnivores for the park. So if we wanted to, we can just sell them. And they're Jurassic carnivores too. Now, here is a benefit. Even if we don't have them in the same enclosure, as long as they're in adjoining enclosures where our safari ride can see them, we will still get score points for having authenticity for our Jurassic stage dinosaurs. Now, the Diplodocus... Why am I having such a hard time with this name tonight? Well, we're not going to produce any of them, so we're going to sell. Now, next to our enclosure here, maybe just slightly wider, we're going to set up an enclosure for our Camarasaurs and our Stegosaurs. So we'll still go 4 high, but let's go 5 across. We'll go down 3, 4, and across. Let's also start planning out our platforms a little bit. I'm going to do one here and one here. And I would like to do one here at the very end. But you can see there's water in the way. So if we go to our build tool, we can do flatten. And now we should be able to put our viewing platform here. I'm going to do the same thing way, way over here on this one. We still got a good chunk of change, so let's be careful. So, look, our park entrance is way over here. Do we want to build a path all the way here to start with? I don't think so. So, the first thing I'm going to do is save. Now, since I saved, we're going to actually demolish the park entrance. Believe it or not, we can do that. And we're going to build a park entrance a little closer to where our fences are. So let's go here to amenities, park entrance, and I'm going to try to line it up here with the center. It's not a requirement, but that's what I would like. Now, if we're going to go with this tranquilizing dinosaurs scheme, we're of course going to need a ranger station. And let's do the ranger station fairly close.
Message from the park warden's office.
Now, I'm also going to put some viewing vents here. I'm going to leave a space here between these viewing vents in case we want to put another attraction there. Like, we could do a safari ride in here. We probably won't, but we do have the option. In fact, if you wanted to, you could maybe do a little Dilophosaur enclosure over here and get your safari ride going around here. So they would see the Dryosaurs, the Camarasaurs, the Stegosaurs, and the Dilophosaurs. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. Alright. We're going to need a path.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, Doctor, what do you got to say? More Dilophosaur remains. Now, we can't open the park until we have dinosaurs. So we need 6 of these little guys. Let's produce 5 of them. And then we'll do one more once it clears up a little bit. Planning ahead a little bit, let's get a herbivore feeder in here. And we'll do the same here. Now, if I put that feeder right there, that might stop me from putting in an attraction there. But I still like having a feeder kind of in the middle so people can look at it. So let's put it a little high. Well, maybe right there. Alright, we can build safari adventures. Alright. I think if we're going to be doing this sedate and transfer, we should make sure that the helicopter can get around as much as possible. So first, let's take a look at the weather. We don't have any storms or anything coming up anytime soon. So we are going to research the battery life. Our first Dryosaur has been produced. We got 2 of them actually. So now we'll have 6. So you've seen the safari adventure in the other stages. So if I did it here, this wouldn't be too bad. But we're not going to do it here. I think at this point, we should get a little cleaning station. We'll do one here at the far end. And let's hire 3 to start. And a little later, we'll probably produce 1 here. And I think what we'll do is around this area, we'll make a long pen, and we'll put our Cretaceous guys in there. Okay, I believe our park is ready to open. Let's do a restroom here, sort of in the middle. And do we have enough room here to do that? I think we do. I do not know if our kiosks are going to make that big a difference, but let's say the little more impish part of me says, oh, let's make them walk a little further to get to the food, so that way they have to go by the souvenir stands. They have to go by the attractions. So we're doing Herbivore Park here. So we will do sandwiches and salads. And I think $12 is good.
Thanks for stopping by.
And maybe when we start building our other enclosure here, we'll do maybe like a hot dogs and hamburgers type thing. Okay, I think we are ready to open. So let's find our dinosaurs. Now they're tiny, they're hard to find. There's one. So let's take a look. Look at the map. We have one who's hung out here. All the rest, they're heading over that way. They're heading away from the water, they're heading away from the food. What clever boys. Alright, nap time. So we got 6 of them. So let's count that. This is going to be 3, 4, 5, and 6. So our dinosaurs will live for about 5 years. They're already 3 weeks old, but they're only 1-star dinosaurs. They don't draw a lot of attention. I think they're also the cheapest dinosaurs.
Message from Peter Ludlow.
Okay, we're going to need to let the helicopter do its thing for a little bit. Ah, more Dilophosaur remains. So let's sell them. And what have you got to say? We are disappointed with your lack of progress. You must create some dinosaurs and open Jurassic Park to the public. You must do this as soon as possible. Yeah, they're not happy that I stayed closed for so long. So let's open it up.
Certainly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to declare the newest wonder of the modern world,
Okay,
Jurassic
what
Park.
have you got?
Now, open.
Once you have a park entrance and some facilities, you can let the park visitors in. Well, we're doing that right now. The other thing we're going to do is go to the fossil hunt. We are currently over here in Morrison Formation B. We've only got 1 team. Let's buy some more. Now, our first team will cost 5,000, and our second team will cost 10,000. We could afford another team, but I think I would rather have that buffer zone of money just for safety's sake.
What would you like us to do?
Alright, so here are our options. We have some amber, we have Parasaurolophus and Torosaur DNA. So we're at a point where if we did get amber, we will definitely get viable DNA out of it. The thing though is we don't need the Dilophosaur or Acrocanthosaurus DNA. But again, I said, if you want to, you could produce predators from those time periods and put them in adjacent enclosures. This is a little too expensive for us. Alright, we got the double battery. So what does weather look like for the next... Oh, we got a twister coming. That's an issue. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the weather guard going. We're going to get all our dinosaurs. And we're going to move them into our enclosure. So let's drop the first one. Now I'm going to save real quick. Now since they're all napping, they should be easy to move. Make sure I put them in the right enclosure. do not believe we've had to deal with a twister yet. They are trouble. They are very serious trouble. They can damage, if not flat out destroy, parts of your park. They can kill dinosaurs. They can also kill staff and guests. They are bad, bad business. So when I have the chance, I prefer to close the park the week before the storm. That's usually enough time for everybody to, pack up and leave. Staff, on the other hand, does not pack up and leave. Especially not the cleaning crew. You will have to manually fire them. Now that's what I do. I do that for safety's sake. I believe if they're still out and about and you hit emergency, they will run off. And both the guests and staff can hide in visitor shelters or take refuge in them. So as you can see, this is a little more time consuming to do it like this, but it does have its benefits. We now have more space in this enclosure for our dinosaurs. We will also save money by not producing as many hatcheries. And since we have a storm coming, we're going to need our money. We're going to need to fix things once they go wrong. Okay. All our critters are happily asleep in their new enclosure. They got space, they got food, they got water. How much time do we have until our storm? Alright, it's in June. So, let's keep our eyes open. It is probably not worth the time or money to start producing our larger herbivores, especially since if that tornado comes through and kills them all off, that's just going to be a waste of money. Alright, let's go to Morrison Formation and see how everybody's doing. Not bad. I would love to buy some more teams, but we are sadly at a point where we're going to need that money for more important things. Like even our dinosaurs can get killed when that twister comes through. And I have no proof of this. It's just one of those gut feeling things. I get the feeling that the storms just sort of aim like directly at your park. So as you see, I kind of have a lot of things close together. They're sort of all on the same line. So if the tornado, the twister, comes right through here, it's going to hit almost everything. So that's an advantage of sort of spreading things out a little bit. So I will just say that's your call depending on how you want to do that. Now, when we get our stegosaurs and our chimaerosaurs, we could start building the safari ride. But I don't know if that will get us enough of a score. But it couldn't hurt. It would be another source of income. Alright.
Message from Dr. Grant.
They're around halfway done with the weather guard. What does Dr. Grant have to say? Alright, more Dilophosaur remains.
Welcome back.
Well, let's sell them. And they found chimaerosaur remains. We're really just there for brachiosaur stuff.
Things are good.
So like, we don't want any of this acrocanthosaur stuff. Now,
You should stop by more often.
so this is Cretaceous. Brachiosaurs are Cretaceous.
Welcome.
We have two things of Cretaceous amber. It could potentially be Brachiosaur. If you wanted to, say, try and buy some, save it, and see if you get what you need, that's an option.
Welcome.
You'll make these playtime platforms because everybody's coming over here to look at the Dryosaurs. All running around having fun.
Can you look after this while I get a soda?
Alright, the Twister is coming next week. So,
Hi.
let's close the park. Let's fire our staff. Sometimes you just gotta let them go. And I think what we will do is we will see what the storm does, and then we will save.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't get left out.
Alright, good.
Official Jurassic
Our weather guard is
Park
done.
horse umbrellas are
So
now
let's
available
think
for
ahead a little bit.
packages.
Sick dinosaurs are bad for business. So researching vaccines is a good idea. If we're going to keep going with our hatch and sedate idea, the gyrostabilizers might be good because then we can also catch them during storms. Security is not a bad thing, but we're not going to need it as much because we don't really have dangerous predators. Alright, the super extractor is a good one. It's probably one of the best ones to get
Message from the
first,
park administrator.
because it will only be useful while you're still collecting DNA. Okay, so we will get the super extractor.
Absolutely.
Alright, more Dilophosaur remains. People are leaving without enjoying dinosaurs.
Greetings.
Yeah, and we are getting good Dilophosaur remains too. You know what? Yeah, let's extract it.
Yes.
Okay, save smart, save often.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, we sold the Camarasaur remains. One team found nothing. Are any of the sites exhausted yet? No. I mean, this one has dropped to mediocre, but that's fine.
Welcome back.
Okay, we don't seem to have any twister
Message from
warnings
Dr. Wu.
after this one. So we'll see what damage the twister does, repair it, and then we'll start producing our stegosaurs and our camarasaurs.
I'd like your thoughts on this.
Alright, so we got 18% for that skull. So we would have had what, like 50 some odd percent? If we did all the skulls we collected? And we could do a little Dilophosaur enclosure over here. Set them up with some goats. Alright, here comes the twister. So let's check the map. Yep, look, twister's right here. Now, right now it's heading north, but it's starting to veer west. So it's going to go right into our dinosaur enclosure. So this is probably going to kill every dinosaur. And we're getting messages about all the damage we're taking. Yeah, there goes like 3 of them. So is it going to keep going west? It might. Or it might loop around to come back. It does stuff like that. My suggestion is don't do anything until this thing is gone. Don't start rebuilding, don't start repairing, don't open the park. Now, because we're closed and we have nobody here, we don't have to issue an emergency. So right now, it's still just going west. We can see that both herbivore feeders have been damaged. One of the dinosaurs has run into the other pen. And at least 3 sections of our fences have been destroyed, and now the twister is coming back. But is the twister going to fizzle out before it gets close enough to cause any real damage? It is going a little north as it comes back east. I don't know. We might be okay if it keeps heading up north a little bit. Although I will not be happy if it hits the hatchery. But it looks like it's starting to fizzle out. Okay. So, all in all, not as bad as it could have been. Let's restore what needs to be. So this is severely damaged. It's going to cost $750. And let's set it to Paleo Bale. That could have been much worse. We kind of lucked out. Let's do our low security fence to sort of fix everything. And one of our dinosaurs ended up over here somewhere.
Can you look after this while I get a soda?
There she goes. So let's just tranquilize you. Now, we're going to get a lot of information about things that need repairs. Oh, look at that. Even the restrooms got damaged. But those are all minor damage, so it's not nearly as bad. Alright, more Dilophosaur remains. Yeah, we had a few dinosaurs die. And we got the super extractor. So I think at this point, we should be building more amenities. Let's get the binoculars going. So that way people can enjoy our viewing platforms more. Put you back where you need to go. So how many dinosaurs did we lose? 2? I thought we lost 3. Let's go see if my numbers are right.
Great to see you.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Yes, we lost 3, so we'll produce 3 more. Now, if we look at our objectives, we at one point did exhibit 6 dinosaurs, so that's fine. We don't have to produce more, but I'm going to anyways. Alright, so look, this got damaged. This got damaged. Like, almost everything got damaged. We're not charging for use of the bathroom.
Good to see you again.
That did not. I believe one of these did, right? Okay. let's open the park back up. How does the weather look, though? Sunny for the most part.
Message from Peter Ludlow.
Alright, so we will start repairing this stuff. Because we'll start putting our stegosaurs and camarasaurs in there.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, Doc, what do you got to say? Alright, we can start breeding Dilophosaurs.
What should we do?
Alright. Anything else damaged?
What would you like to do with this? What would you like to do with this?
No, we took care of that one. Alright, we just cleaned everything up. We just opened back up the park. I think it's a good time to save again. Let's go collect our Dryosaurs. Other direction. We want to get you with your friends. So we're going to produce actually more than they suggest. So let's do the Stegosaurs first. Those are higher star attractions. Can we afford 4? We can, but it'll be expensive. So let's do 3, and we'll do a 4th one a little later. And how much is the Safari Adventure? That's expensive too.
Message from the park warden's office.
We don't exactly have the most space.
Message from Dr. Grant.
But if we're careful, there. But as you can see, that got rid of like most of the foliage.
We are excited to announce the release of our latest attraction, Stegosaurus. This famous Jurassic herbivore is known and loved the world over.
Alright, they're still chasing Dryosaurs around. Alright, so we got these hip bones. Probably give us close to 10%, if not more. What we really need, though, is Brachiosaur remains. Oh, we gotta wait. It's not sedate enough. How about the other one? Now, this has been a pretty long mission so far. We haven't gotten that far into it, though. But if in some weird circumstance we are able to get a safari score of 70 or better with the park that we got it out at now. Yeah, we got 10%. That will make it much easier to finish once we need to start getting the other dinosaur DNA. Alright, so I believe we did everything for the storm. just got the 2. Where's our 3rd one? Did it not start getting produced yet?
Message from Dr. Wu.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, just like you to sedate that one too.
Ladies and gentlemen, to enhance your Jurassic Park experience, Dino Watcher binoculars have now been installed in our dinosaur
Okay, we got our binoculars. What should we do next? Gyro stabilizer? Maybe. Growth booster? Not a bad idea. Expensive though. Yeah, let's do the cash machine. Let's move our stegosaurs real quick. And then I think it is a good idea to save. There goes our little land cruiser. But hey, you're getting good looks at the stegosaurs. They're napping, but you're getting good looks at them. Alright, more Dilophosaur remains.
Great.
No Brachiosaur remains, though, huh?
Great to see you again.
Alright. Camarasaurs. They wanted 2 of those. Well, let's just produce them now. Sorry, he's napping. You're gonna be stuck there unless you go around him.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Let's make all of these playtime platforms as well. They're not that playtime yet because the dinosaurs are asleep.
I like your thoughts on this.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to announce the arrival of our newest dinosaur, the Jurassic herbivore, Camarasaurus.
There you go, Camarasaurus.
Put this gentle giant on their must-see list.
We'll wait for the other one to finish. Nice. Now we got some Brachiosaur remains, and it's ribs. So that's like a good one. It's not the best one, but it's a good one. Just gonna keep honking. Now, I don't believe the herbivores get cranky at the Jeeps here, but carnivores will. And big carnivores can destroy the Jeep and potentially kill anybody that's inside.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright, 12%. Not a bad start. Because remember, we just need to produce them. They don't need to last for 5 or 6 years. I don't think our park is going to be open that long. We will want to be careful, though, about dinosaurs getting sick. That has happened. And sick dinosaurs really negatively influence your score.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, new shipments. There's one. There's the other one. Because these guys, they just kind of wander off.
It's good to know you're keeping an eye.
Look, all the way over there. Alright, are you napping? I think we gotta wait for it to lay its head down. Now, Dryosaurs, not exactly great attractions, but the Camarasaurs are good, and the Stegosaurs are very good. So having all three of them, not in the same enclosure, but close enough, should help us get a good score. When we have a bit more money, I will start working on a Dilophosaur enclosure right here. How is our park looking?
Message from Dr.
It's
Grant.
not dirty. Nice. But it's only a femur, so only get like 4%. So, low security should still be fine for Dilophosaurs. There's 4. And there's 4. And there we go. We won't put the carnivore feeder in there just yet.
Message from Dr. Wu.
So,
Urgent message from John Hammond.
we don't want to close it. Our authenticity score is, slowly going up, but it's really more fun.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Okay. Hey, our fame is increasing. We are half a star.
Ladies and gentlemen, should you find yourself
Alright, cash machine.
cash machines are now located at the park entrance for your convenience.
Well, we don't have money for growth booster. We don't have a lot of money at all at this point. So let's... Yeah, let's go with the fountain. It's not expensive. And
Message from Dr.
let's
Grant.
see. Let's do some benches. That will help our guests be a little more comfy. And some trash cans next to those benches will help the place stay a little more clean. Although we're doing a good job on cleanliness.
Yes.
Let's see. How can we do on paleo trees? We do okay. It's expensive, but it should help our score. And there's all our money.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright, the Dilophosaur genome is at 83%. And you're just kind of jittering. Jitter, jitter, jitter. Well, for the most part, everybody seems happy. Even our dinosaurs seem pretty happy. So the safari rides, not my most favorite rides. I would rather have a viewing dome. And the balloons are pretty good, provided the weather stays nice. And I think it's a good time to save. No, you're stuck there with the stegosaurs. Let's see.
Thanks for stopping by.
This playpen is at 100%, so we will double the price. And this playpen should be pretty high too. We won't quite double the price.
Thanks for stopping
I think this is close enough that we could double the price.
Welcome.
We can definitely double the price. What about the other two? Maybe not double, but we'll increase it a bit. This one's not so great, so we'll just leave it at the price that it is. Ah, amber. Okay, so it's going to be one of 3 dinosaurs. If it's our brontosaurs, that's great. If it's our dilophosaurs, it's at least good. If it's our camarasaurs, it is a waste. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save. We're going to test it. We're going to see what it is.
Good to see you.
So let's not do anything for a moment or two. Because, oh boy, if that's Brontosaurus, that will make life so much easier. If it's Dilophosaur, I don't think it's worth it. If it's Dilophosaur, I think we'll just reload.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Nice. We gambled and it paid off. We're up to 40%.
Message from Dr. Grant.
So I think because our gamble paid off, let us save again.
I thought you might like some input.
Alright, we found some gold. And we found Dilophosaur to me. So worth it. Because this Dilophosaur skull will probably get us to 100.
Okay.
Now, let's just take a look at the price of Dilophosaurs real quick. They're 2,000 each. So I'm thinking we probably want 3 or 4 of them. Let's put a carnivore feeder in here. And not quite here, just a little close. Like there-ish. Ah, well, not 100%, but close. Okay, we got the fountain project. Let's go with the souvenir stand.
Absolutely.
Message from John Hammond.
Alright. Well done. Your addition of another dinosaur species will definitely increase your park's popularity.
You should contact us if you have the time.
Now, let's take a look at the fossil market real quick. There are Dilophosaur remains, but we only need like 4% more. I don't think it's worth spending that much money.
Good to see you checking up
And,
on things.
well, our safari adventure is fun. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to make it a little cheaper. Because it's going to be a little cheaper, people will ride it more often. Meaning we'll have more chances to see our score improve. Park still looks clean.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright. Alright, they found more Camarasaur remains. Let's go see how that formation is looking. Alright, exhausted, poor, and poor. So let's move from here to here. We're still keeping our fingers crossed for more Brachiosaur. Because next we're going to need Parasaurolophus and Torosaur. We do not have 4 herbivore feeders yet, but we will when we make our next pen. Now, we should probably try to keep the next pen separate from up here, because we do not want to get a decrease in our score because we're too close to the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. Alright. So since we've gone up a star, I think we can go up price.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, Amber. So again, if it's Brachiosaur, it's great. It's really great if it's Brachiosaur. But if it's Dilophosaur, it's a waste. And yeah, I'm gonna save again.
Things are good. Absolutely.
Alright, 1 in 3. 1 in 3 chance we're gonna get what we want. Now, let's not do anything else. Let's wait a little longer. We'll see what kind of dinosaur DNA we get, and then we will make our decisions from there.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Okay, so Grant's... Oh, we found more amber.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright. Alright, so it was Camarasaurus DNA. Not worth it. So let's load. But this also gives us a chance to see something. Now, if you remember, Dr. Grant, well, he found some more amber. Is he going to find amber again this time, though?
Great to see you
Okay,
again.
let's get 4 of you little guys running around. Actually, no, let's stop that. Let's wait until we have 100%.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, so we found amber.
Things are good.
Will this amber be what we want? It has unique quality. So if it is Brachiosaur, that's going to be a big
No problem.
bump. Because I believe our Brachiosaur is at like 40%. Yep. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll make a second path that goes across here and meets up around here. And then,
Message from Dr. Wu.
like this way, we will do our next enclosure. Alright, it was Camarasaurus again.
It's coming together.
But we're making our money. We got our money back, so we could start buying stuff if we want. Now, we could try gambling with some of this DNA. We are definitely going to want some of this Parasaurolophus stuff. How's our research coming along? Nah, about a third.
I'm
And what's
glad
our
you
score?
stopped by.
Still not great. But maybe some Dilophosaurs will change that.
Message from Dr. Grant.
What should we do about this?
Okay, the Dilophosaur remains.
Great.
Alright, let's extract it and then we can start producing. So let's get our path going. Okay, we can only go so far in a single build of a path. So we can put more stuff around here. Like, I'm thinking I should put a cleaning station around here.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Nice. So let's go and produce 4 Dilophosaurs. So let's see. Our Dilophosaur enclosure starts here. Do we want to start our second enclosure there? Or do we want to be a little closer to the...
It's good to know you're keeping an eye on things.
Uh-oh, there's another twister. That's a problem. Alright. Here's what we do. Close the park.
We are pleased to announce that the Jurassic predator, Dilophosaurus,
We cancel all these other Dilophosaurs.
please enjoy.
Now, I'm actually going to let him run free. Because if he's running free, there's a better chance the tornado will not get him.
Message from Dr. Grant.
And we will not build anything else until the storm passes. Let's fire our cleaning staff.
Much anyway.
Alright, we got some silver.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Sir, the park is closed. I need you to leave.
Welcome.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
Alright, well, our fame is going up. I think we can go all the way to 300 now.
Attention,
Oh, here comes the twister. Alright, so, declare emergency.
attention. Jurassic Park is now closing for security reasons.
Ah, the tornado is right here, too. So, goodbye to, like, look at it. It's literally turning to go after our dude. It got all 3 of our staff? That's absurd. Look at those poor guys.
Message from the park administrator.
Alright, when a fatality occurs in Jurassic Park, everyone feels the pain, especially InGen. Each incident damages your park's popularity and costs InGen a great deal of money. The only way to reduce the impact of fatalities is to activate emergency mode whenever people are threatened.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright. Now our twister's coming back. It's coming back, but is it staying out by the water? Nope. It's veering right into our park.
Urgent message from the park administrator.
Alright. Did it scoop up our Dilophosaur? Even if it doesn't go directly in their path, there's a good chance it's going to get them anyways. Yeah, there goes our... No, that's our cleaning guy. Holy cow, how long was that poor guy up there? There's a Dryosaur. Goodbye, Dryosaur. You deserved better.
Welcome back.
Now, are you gonna go after the dinosaur corpse and start eating it? Or are you gonna go after the live ones? Alright, looks like the storm's starting to fizzle out.
Welcome back.
Let's wait until it's gone. Okay. Well, we know we took a lot of damage. We lost several people. Got Brachiosaur remains though. That's something. Alright, we got the souvenir stand. What should we research? The rest area? I guess we might. Well, we got the money for it, so let's go to do the growth booster.
Great.
We're going to need to replenish our stock here. But
Message from the park administrator.
yeah, I know we got a lot of damage that needs to be fixed. Alright, but we can produce brachiosaurs. But I think what we're going to do is save. Alright, let's start cleaning up. Cancel the emergency.
Hi there.
The park is still open. Alright, so we gotta repair that. Hire new staff to take the place of the ones we lost. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is pretty badly damaged.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, Doctor. Well, let me finish my repairs
Thanks for
first.
stopping by.
What else?
Urgent message from Peter Ludley.
Alright, Brachiosaur remains. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, we lost some of our popularity. You know, a big bad storm came through here. Ruined everything. Okay. How many of our critters did we lose? Our Dilophosaur made it.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Let's trank her real quick. Nap time. Okay, one Dilophosaur. We still have all three Stegosaurs and both Camarasaurs. And we only lost the one Dryosaur, so let's fix that.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Parasaurolophus, Torosaur. I would like to get our hands on some more Brachiosaur material. Maybe it's time to switch. Yep, everything's exhausted. I think we want to go to Morrison to start getting our Jurassic critters. Stegosaur, Ceratosaur, Dryosaur, no. Going to Hell Creek. Parasaurolophus and Torosaur. We can't afford any new teams yet. Alright, you gotta move. Alright, enjoy your new home.
This is very bad. What are we going to do?
Okay, let's go fix the restroom. Anything else that needs fixing?
Can you look after this while you're sober?
Does not look like it. Okay, let's quicken trank you. Now, Dilophosaurs eat drysaurs. So we will wait until we've moved that drysaur into its enclosure. So I was thinking maybe around here we'll start building our next enclosure. That might be too close. Might be too far. Let's try this real quick. Say we want to build a viewing platform like here. See, yeah, that's too close, but that also seems like it's too far. One option is we could push back the road a little bit. So maybe that's what we'll do, but let's
Message from Peter Ludlow.
not do that just yet. So we don't want to go too far into the water. I think we want to go more long than deep. So let's go 3 by 3 to start with. Alright, we just got our sick dinosaur. You've got dino belly. So that should be the very next thing we research. So pretty much everybody has dino belly.
Good to see you.
Okay, we got the growth booster going. Alright, you need some friends. You're still sleeping.
How can I help?
So let's make 3 more of you. So I'm thinking is down here, we'll do something similar to what we did up here. So we'll have like viewing platform here. Then maybe here we'll have the ride.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Maybe we won't make any viewing platforms. We'll just use viewing vents. See, yeah, the road is too close. So let's just do this. Now for the moment that's fine. But over here, we need to fix it. Oh, nope, didn't get my positioning right.
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
Alright, Doc. Ooh, Acrocanthosaurus.
Good choice.
Yeah, for the time being, I think we'll sell it.
What should we do here?
Okay. So we said Dino Belly, correct? Dino Belly takes 1 month to research for 1,500.
Okay.
So when our dinosaurs are sick, well, it can stress them out. It can also potentially lead to them dying. So we will not create the
Message from Dr. Wu.
path just yet. We gotta find all our not dryosaurs, our dilophosaurs we just made. Look at them, they're all hanging out together. Would like to sedate, please. Is it you? Look at him go.
Returning to base.
Alright, they say they're returning to base, but did they get all
What would you
All of
recommend in
them?
this situation?
The wind is too strong. It's
The,
slowing us down.
the wind is too strong. I thought I already had all the upgrades that you needed for that. Alright. Let's get you moving. There, we got you a friend. It's weird how I have to click on it like 3 or 4 times. It might have to do with the way I've got the monitor set up. I don't think these games were meant to be played with resolutions like this. Okay, I think a save is in order. The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm thinking maybe we should have went a little deeper. Okay. I wanted another cleaning crew, so how about we hire one
Message
over
from Dr.
here?
Bird.
Like there. How is the weather looking? Just fine. Alright, nice. Parasaurolophus remains, and Torosaur remains.
Good
we are low on cash, so let's be careful. Now, how is this ride doing? Not great. But the dinosaurs are sick, which is definitely really negatively influencing us.
Message from Dr. Wu.
So once we finish researching Dino Belly, we can then send the rangers to heal them. But it'll still be possible for new dinosaurs to catch the disease. Until we learn, or rather research the upgrade that makes them born immune, it will always be a possibility. Now look at all those goats.
Message from Dr. Wu.
4 goats running around with 4 Dilophosaurs. So I think we'll put a feeding area right in front of both viewing vents. And we may have to expand down a little bit.
Message from Dr. Sattler.
What should we do
Yeah,
about this?
bugger. Why'd you die? She died of Dino Belly. That usually doesn't happen very often. Most of the time, I'm able to get my dinosaurs cured before they die of any of the diseases. Alright, so I will go down one. But we will wait a little bit. That's assuming I can go down one. You can only build so far out into the water.
It's coming together.
Almost. So I was thinking we should build some souvenir stands. But let's wait and spend our money on healing our dinosaurs first.
Message from Dr. Grant.
That poor Jeep. Oh, gold. That's going to help. Well, since we just got that nice bit of income, let's put a souvenir stand here and over here. And let's do a fun bag with, yeah, raptor button. We'll do it for 22. And how about balloons and a keychain for 12?
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
Okay, cool. We got the Dino Belly. Okay. Let's get the gyro stabilizers going, because they were complaining about the weather before. So we have the choice here. It costs 300 to vaccinate the unit, or we could vaccinate the entire species for 15. We're going to do that. So this way, all the currently available Dryosaurs are good. We'll do the same thing with the Stegosaurs. same thing with our Camarasaurs. We have not received any word about our Dilophosaurs getting ill, so we will let them alone. If you are hungry, there are goats. There are so many goats.
What would you like us to do?
Alright, our famous spreading. And if we got the Dilophosaurs over here, we should really get some attractions here so people can see them. Alright, you're still taking care of our Dryosaurs. That might take a minute or
Nice
two.
to see you again.
We can afford a new one. Is it worthwhile at this point? Why not? You know it's also worthwhile? Saving. I might make this pen a little larger too. Might make it easier for the Jeep to get around.
Returning to base.
Okay, you are going to be thrill platforms. Now, you will remain a playful one.
Thanks for stopping by.
People can come over here and see the Dilophosaurs doing all their hunting. Now, we don't have it yet, but over here would probably be a good spot for a park. Maybe around here, too.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, Doc. Torosaur
What are
remains.
your instructions?
Okay. So, do we want the money for that, or do we want to actually start researching Acrocanthosaurus? No, we'll sell it. We already got the Dilophosaurs.
I thought you might want to know this.
Okay, our park visitors are getting disappointed. Probably because our dinos were sick. Okay, where's our new Dryosaur?
Message from Dr. Wu.
Nap time. So let's build out one square. Do a little demolishing. Let's see if that helps things out a little bit.
Message from Peter Ludlow.
Okay, we've almost got enough for Torosaur.
Good to see you.
Gyro stabilizer's coming along okay. Torosaur, Parasaur, Lophus. Only Brachiosaur ribs. Oh, there's a Brachiosaur skull. It's expensive though. Alright, let's get a restroom, say, here-ish. kiosk right next to it. And a souvenir stand over here. Now here we will sell the dino toy with the, what do you think, the raptor button? We'll do it for 50-ish. I think that's a fair price. And we will do our hamburgers and french fries for 30. Let's finish building this out.
Hello.
And you see we already messed up. You gotta be so careful building these paths. They're kind of annoying. There we go. Ah, see?
Good to see you checking up on things.
Now that our dinosaurs are healthy, people are enjoying it more.
Message from Dr. Gray.
Alright, Acrocanthosaur remains. Yeah, let's get some of those going. And we'll sell those off. So how are we doing on objectives? Not quite 70 yet. We need 2 more herbivore feeders, so let's get those in here somewhere. Do one there, and
Urgent message from John Hammond.
one there. Ah, now we're a 2-star park.
Message from Dr. Wu.
I think we can make it a little more expensive to come to visit. Alright, we can now breed pterosaurs. Alright, so I do think making this enclosure bigger was the right call. But now all the dinosaurs are hiding up here.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Alright, the gyro stabilizer is done. So, should I research another vaccine? Should I wait to see if somebody gets sick? Or should we put our time into something? The rest area is not too expensive and it only takes a month. The camera's the same and it only takes a month. Let's go to the rest area. That's going to be a little more useful. Park is still clean. Oh, it's getting a little dirty over here. Let's hire one more. Oh, and somebody's already taken a ride. No dinosaurs though, but if they're enjoying themselves,
Hello.
we'll make this one a little cheaper too. Not cheaper. At least the idea with making them cheaper is that hopefully more people will take the ride.
Hello again.
Alright, so our brachiosaurs are ready. And our pterosaurs are ready, but they're not going to last very long. the wrong button.
Welcome.
So now here comes the question.
Hi there.
Should we just produce them, even though they won't last that long? And hope that they are 5-star ratings. They would be our most impressive dinosaurs. And hope that in the next 6 months or so we can finish the rest. I'm gonna save real quick. We don't have a lot of money to be gambling with. But let's give it a shot anyways. Can I even afford it? No. We're not quite there yet.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright. Sell them opals. Let's sell that Acrocanthosaurus skull. No, I wanted to sell it, thank you. Alright, so because it's in the middle of extraction, I cannot stop it. But this one is not, so I would have the option to remove. But no, we'll extract that too. Okay, we got a good chunk of change now. Should I grab that Brachiosaur skull?
Message from Dr. Wood.
It'll give us a nice boost. Yeah, like that one gave us 18%. So we might get as much as 18% from this. Well, we're not going to get Brachiosaur bones any other way.
Welcome.
Alright, we're not going up. Alright, Taurosaurs are 60. All our Dryosaurs are hiding in the corner.
Message from Dr. Wood.
Alright, 69% Brachiosaurs.
Welcome back.
I think there was Brachiosaur ribs.
Welcome back.
Alright, we may need a full cleaning staff now.
Welcome back. Good.
Alright, I'm thinking we need a pork here and we need a pork here. Maybe what I'll do is make a path that connects the two and then put like the pork here. Then we'll do something similar over here.
Urgent message from Dr. Wood.
Alright, we can build the rest area and let's get a new project going. I think in this case we will go with the camera. Alright, so that works just fine. And maybe like that. There we go. Now, one over here wouldn't be a bad idea. Just not a good way to get to it unless we move this cleaning station. What I could do is delete it, move it one square over here and change the orientation so that it's facing, I guess, westward. Then we can make a loop around that way. Don't quite have the money for it, though.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Okay. So those two are still good. That's poor, though.
What would you like us to do?
That's some... Oh, gold and opals. Part of me thinks I should just save our money until we can afford another dig team. But we should really get those other dinosaurs going.
Hello.
We've been really dragging this this mission out. $10 months, 7 months. Alright, let's give it a shot.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Alright, new fossils. Yeah, Torosaurus skull. That'll give us a nice bump.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special announcement. A new 5-star attraction is now on display. Brachiosaurus, the gigantic Jurassic herbivore, is the largest dinosaur in the park. Nature lovers must see this magnificent dinosaur, which embodies the might and majesty of the Mesozoic world.
Alright, there's our first Brachiosaur. Oh, and right behind it, I guess sisters. So once you're all the way out, we're going to put you to sleep. And I mean actual sleep, not like euthanize. Or as we call it here at Jurassic Park, retiring. Now, even though it says, you know, sleeping, you gotta give it a moment to get all the way to nap time. Alright, I think we'll just put you sort of here. I wanted you to be close to the viewing vent, but you're probably going to be in the way of the Jeep there. Not yet. There we go. Now it's nap time. I think we want to keep you too close. You were born around the same time. It's important that you stay together.
It's good to see you.
So we got enough juice to make pterosaurs. I think we want 4 of them. Yep. But I think we should just get a little bit more genetic material.
Welcome.
So let's grab a pterosaur skull.
Not a problem.
And we'll extract it. Alright, and while that's extracting, we'll be saving.
Hello.
So as far as this ride goes, I think what we can do to get the score up is to get more dinosaurs in here, or to get more trees, both of which are expensive. We're almost a 3-star park, and the Torosaurus genome is 74, which I think is going to be okay, and we can build security cameras. Well, I know exactly where we're putting our first couple of security cameras. Alright, I think what we'll do at this point is we will not research anything. See? I was planning ahead. I was being careful. Because look who just popped up. Dr. Sattler. So what is she complaining about? Camarasaurus has gastric poisoning. So we're going to research gastric poisoning.
This is a complete disaster. Will you do something now?
Okay, it takes 2 months for 2,000. So while that's going, our pterosaurs will last a year. We do not have enough for 4 of them just yet.
It's coming together.
Now this is set to Paleo Bay. That is not. Let's fix that. Alright, we definitely want to turn this to a playtime event.
This is a major problem for us.
Yeah, I know the Brachiosaurus is sick. We're looking into it. Yeah, 2 months to research the cure for the disease, and they'll be like a third of the way done with our lifespan. Almost halfway done.
Great to see you again.
Alright, can we get 4 of you? We're close.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to announce the arrival of our newest dinosaur, Torosaurus. This feisty herbivore from Cretaceous, USA, will entertain everyone.
Alright. So really just we need Parasaurolophus. We need to get one of our rides up to 70. Poor sick dinosaurs. Alright, 3 out of 4. Okay, that's all of them. Let's get them to sleep and get them moved in. Acrocanthosaurus remains, which we will sell this time. what does the market look like?
Back so soon.
A Parasaurolophus skull is expensive. But that's what we need. So let's grab it.
Definitely.
And let's extract it.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright, good. We're already at 40. When we extract the skull, it should put us over 60. Okay, everybody napping? Almost everybody. Okay, let's get you guys over here.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright, we've only got one more species of dinosaur that we gotta make. And then after that, it's only a matter of getting our safari rides up nice and high.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Alright, Torosaurus is at 87. That's actually more than I thought. But Parasaurolophus is what we're really looking for.
Message
Yep.
from Dr. Wu.
Yeah, you're gonna be stuck there for a minute. Alright. That's it? 55? I thought we would've got more than that.
What would you recommend in this situation?
Alright, this would probably max out, or darn near close to max out, our Torosaurus DNA. But we don't need Torosaurus DNA right now. We need Parasaurolophus DNA. Alright, you're gonna be stuck there for a minute. Alright, this adventure is not getting any higher. More trees would help, more dinosaurs would help. But I think the best thing we can do right now is just wait. Wait for the vaccine to get researched so we can heal everybody. And dinosaurs that are healthy get us a better score than dinosaurs that are sick. Oh, not an emergency.
Good to see you.
A little more than halfway. Not great. And I said we were going to build some cameras. So one right there will do the trick. And let's do about two of them. This is a little bit bigger. Now, I don't think we're going to need the cameras as much. but if it makes our guests feel a little safer. Alright, we are getting filthy. We clearly need another cleaning crew. So let's do what I was talking about.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Welcome back.
And I think we can put a park here, or maybe we can put a park over here.
What should we do here?
Alright, some silver is good, and pterosaur remains. Yeah, that's pretty good.
No problem.
Let's see. I think there is fine. Still need more cleaning crew though.
Welcome back.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Oh, not quite 100. Could I build one in the corner here? Grab 3.
Hi there.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
Okay, 6 months. We want to give him a little bit more time than that. My brachiosaurs are probably going to die soon.
Welcome back.
So its fun score is pretty good. Well, its authenticity score is not. And again, the dinosaurs are sick. That's our real problem right now.
Welcome back.
We're almost there. Maybe we'll just stay here. What would be good next to research?
Urgent message from Dr. Wu.
You know what? We won't research anything. We will just heal our dinosaurs. Now, are either of you not feeling good? Oh yeah, gastric poisoning. Are our dryosaurs okay? Oh, you're still all the way out there. You poor thing.
Welcome back.
You're spooked. Why are you spooked? 'Cause you're thirsty? You know what? We need to get more water in this enclosure for them. I don't think down here is enough. should do it.
What are your instructions?
Yes.
Message from Dr. Gray.
What would you like us to do?
Well, we're about to max out Torosaur. We're not going to max out Parasaurolophus, but we will get enough that I think it's worthwhile investing in them.
Greetings.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Okay, where's our buddy up here? Yeah, you got 7 more months. Hopefully we can max out our rides by then. Okay, Parasaurolophus is at 74. Torosaur is about to max. Is it worthwhile to get any more Parasaurolophus bones? That's only like 4%. It's not really worth the money. Parasaurolophus will live for a year. I think that's fine. Can we afford 4 of them? Maybe? Okay, I was really kind of hoping we'd get 70% with this enclosure, especially since the Drysaurs are right there, and the Dilophosaurs are right here. But no, we haven't even broken 60 yet. So our other attraction,
Message from Peter.
our other enclosure down here is probably our best bet.
Greetings.
Message from Dr. Wu.
I know you want to do more research, but we're a little low on money. And it's probably safer not to spend money on anything yet, unless we know the dinosaurs are going to get sick. Alright, there's the 3 of you, so 1 more.
Message from Dr. Gray.
Alright, nice. Parasaurolophus remains. Oh, really good ones, too.
Great.
But we'll sell those. And they sold the Torosaurus remains. Alright, it's bedtime, critters. Alright, so with the money we have left, I'm going to invest it more and more into this enclosure. I will start putting up more trees. And if necessary, I will produce more dinosaurs. I may even need to make it bigger. But really, we should have everything we need to get a authenticity score of over 70. Alright, just one more. Alright, save real quick. So I think this is going to be it. We're going to put all our money into this this area and try our best to make it get us 70%. So start getting some trees. And that's most of our money right there.
I'm sorry, but you can't afford that.
Now, the fun score is very high. This one's doing okay. Yeah, at this point it's really just a matter of waiting. Just waiting and waiting and waiting until our score gets high enough. And the little things we can do are get more dinosaurs in there, get the enclosure to look a little more authentic. I've been told things like removing structures from inside the enclosure can make it more authentic. Like removing the feeders. But I don't really know if I want to do that.
Urgent message from John Hammond.
Alright, we are almost a 4-star park now. It's looking clean.
Message from Dr. Gomer.
don't really need the money, but we don't need Acrocanthosaurus either. So I'm just going to extract.
Message from Dr.
So if we really wanted to, I guess we could put an Acrocanthosaurus enclosure over here. But if we do that, we're going to want better fences than this.
I'm sorry, but you can't afford that.
9,000 to upgrade that.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Alright. So the next one might just put us over.
Good to see you checking up on things.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Yep.
Welcome.
Yeah, we can't afford any of these. We could do ceratosaurs. I don't think we really want to do ceratosaurs. I don't even really want to do Acrocanthosaurus either. I just want to get one of our rides over 70. I still think our best bet is this one. They actually charged me for that.
I'm sorry, but you can't afford that.
Well, we can definitely charge more than that.
Hello.
Yeah, not going up in score there. This one looks like it's going up a bit.
Message from Dr. Grant.
Great.
Maybe I should invest a little more into this park. Or this enclosure, rather.
Message from Dr. Wu.
Good to see you checking up on things.
Are they both going up? I believe they are. We We are real close here.
Good to see you checking up on things.
Listen up. Message from Dr. Wu.
No, no new topics for you. Maybe I should get another brachiosaur in here. How much longer do you guys have? Oh, you're... Still got 5 more months. You're okay. Brachiosaurs are expensive, though. I don't think we can afford one.
Good to see you.
Nope. Both of them are really close. Let's look at our dino summary real fast. Parasaurolophus is the only thing where our team is digging that we still want. Now, I'll take Acrocanthosaurus, but I don't need it. Brachiosaur would be good, too. Now, I'm assuming everything is exhausted. You're not. You're close to it, but you're not.
How can I help?
Okay, one more Brachiosaur. Let's see if that pushes us over the edge. Yeah, even here is real close at 65. And you drop down to 60. Hey, this is a great result for InGen. Your park is a huge success. Feel free to continue managing this park or head back for some other challenges InGen has waiting for you. So we did it.
Good to see you checking up on
Okay,
things.
it can't be this one. It's got to be this one that has a high enough authenticity score. Now, that is one thing I do appreciate, is that if you had fun, you know, playing this park, and we invested a lot of time into it, you could keep playing it if you wanted to. So I will save, and I will quit, and we will move on to the next exercise.